Hello and welcome to another video on how to become a business consulting freelancer. So this is a course taught by Paul Menders, a student to master instructor, where in there you have a course of how to become a business consulting freelancer, and it has 5 modules, where the first it talk about is how to get started building a consulting career, and then the second part, the second module, how to get started as a freelance consulting, and then the third module, where and how to find a high-paying consulting client. And the section 4 is focused on what are the tasks that a consultant does, on how to conduct a research and gather quality data. So I'm going to focus today's video in this model, okay, to make a quick recap of the several sections in that model, like how to conduct a proper research and gather quality data. It's important to recognize that data is something that is very powerful because it can help you to influence, persuade, reinforce your point of view, but also can be misleading. And because of that, especially if you're conducting a research for a consulting project, identify where the most valuable data come from is essential. So you have first-party data that come from the company. Okay, you usually have to sign an NDA agreement. Once you do that, you can see what this company has made in the past, see how they have been performing, and from there you can provide your suggestions. The other is the second party data that come from trust sources, that they are not anonymous, they have great research report, peer review. And the third-party data, which is the least valuable, because you can verify the quality of their sources, and they usually are behind some paywall. But this is important to have, and also to mention once you create your report, to tell your clients, hey, even though I'm using this third-party data, this is the data that I'm using. Why you can and when you can use this type of data for nation industry, or for industry that have that lack of transparency. Okay, so when you're going to conduct a research, it is important to look from different perspectives. So play devil advocate with yourself, because things not always black or white. Okay, gather as much relevant data as possible. Okay, gather relevant data as much as possible. Keep notes and take notes and keep record of every source you obtain. Analyze the quality of those sources and the data that you're getting, and don't forget to circle back with the client for more detail and information. So I also did a research. So Paul Menders provides a guideline, especially when you are conducting this research. So from the marketing perspective, which after all, that's the people that are responsible for take care and handle this type of research, okay, where I can learn from. So here we're conducting a research for a tourist website. Okay, so first look at the genetics. meaning see what this company is offering, all the product and service, understand what they offer. And from there, you can now look at the specific about the category, the pricings, the company's review, what makes this company unique. And if you can have access to the first party data, that's great because you can see what they have done in the past, how they have been performing, where you can now provide your suggestions based on that. Okay, so once you conduct this research based on their brand, their pricing, their category, what makes this company unique, now it is time to do a competitor analysis, where the whole idea is to see who the other players are who the other players in that industry are, by looking things at. So by doing this competitor analysis, you can see what are this. So what are these other companies are doing? See what you can learn from them, and use a keyword research, or take note of the keyword that you find in this competitor analysis to make a keyword research using any of the keyword tool out there from Google or any other pay or free options. So to understand what's going on in that industry. And from there, on top of that keyword research, now you're going to look at the up-to-date data from World News to know how everything that you have researched, what is most likely to work today, and that includes see how this industry is adapting to regulation and where this industry is going. So with that, okay, okay, so with that, then I do my own research specifically to the e-commerce. Okay, so on the e-commerce, now that I conduct that research, okay, meaning is in my case is on the e-commerce, right? So I understand now what is an e-commerce and different sources that mention that. So Amazon mentioned that refers to specifically the trade and good and service on the internet. So it is your bustling city center or your brick and mortar shops converting to zeros and one. While Shopify mentioned that yes, even though that an online business refers to all aspects of operating and or even though that e-business refers to operating all aspects of an online business, and that is marketing, conducting market research, developing marketing strategies, create ads campaigns, managing social networks, sales, contact sale leads or potential clients, do a sales calls or video presentations, renegotiate contract or negotiate contract, and close deals, financing, creating recording every financial transactions, creating financial reports, provides and keep track of income taxes and taxes in general, research and development, in this case human resource, where they recruit for new talents, administering benefit and salaries. They are responsible for providing training and teaching to employees, and also managing employees' issues, operations, developing or improving new production process, set quality standards, among other things. The IT, creating computer networks, developing and implementing software systems, providing technical support, ensure data security, customer service, addressing customer inquiries, solving complaints and refunds, providing technical support, check the customer satisfaction, and the R&D, the research and development, we're now creating or improving prototypes, developing patents, and that kind of thing. So even though that I just probably mentioned the most common operating activities that a business has, e-commerce refers specifically to the trade in good of service. Okay? So, then I look at the most common type of e-commerce. Okay? Whether it is a business to consumers, okay, which is the widely most common type of e-commerce, okay, such as online retailer like Amazon, Costco, or Target, subscription service like Netflix, Spotify, and Hulu as well, digital marketplace such as Etsy and eBay, ordering and delivering, ordering food and delivery service like Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, as well as the online travel and booking, okay, such as Airbnb, Expedia, Airbnb, Expedia. Okay. Yeah, Airbnb, Expedia. Uh, Another type of e-commerce is the business to business. Where now here you have online platforms like Amazon, eBay Business, Alibaba, EDI, the electronic data interface, where now traditionally paperwork such as purchase order or invoice, now it is done electronically and it is exchanged in a secure way using these systems. IBM provide that. Online portals for very large business that wants to streamline their supply chains, setting an online portals for such as SAP Ariba Network, like this SAP Ariba Network here, SAP Ariba Network, business network for buyers and suppliers, so they want to streamline the supply chain. Or the Walmart, the Walmart, the Walmart supplier center, the Walmart supplier centers as well. Okay, the Walmart supplier center. Mm-hmm. So the Walmart supplier center as well. Wholesale e-commerce like Grainger or Uline. Business-to-business payment solution like PayPal or Stripe. And okay. And also another type of e-commerce is the customer to business, such as freelance work, online service, user generated content, reverse auctions, crowdfunding. Now when it comes to the government to business, you have things like public procurement portals like the FBO in the US, the Federal Business Opportunity, or the UK Contract Finder Service, tax filing and payment systems, such as the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System on the US, or the HM Revenue and Custom in the UK, the Revenue and Custom, exactly, the HM Revenue and Custom on the UK, the Her Majesty Revenue and Custom, okay. Just like that. Licensing and permits, such as food licensing or building permits. International trades and custom clearance, like electronic custom clearance or export declarations. Business registration, such as the SBA on the US, the Small Business Administration, or the UK Company House. Okay. Also, I saw the another model from government to consumer, such as tax payment portals like the IRS on the US, driving and vehicle licensing, such as the DMV, the Department Motor Vehicle on California, US, or the Driving Vehicle and Licensing Agency on the UK, passport applications such as the US State of Department, like the US State Department of Passport Service, okay, or the General Register Office, I think is like this. The General Register Office, apply online for a UK passport and ordering certificate online, things like that, you know. And what else? Uh, What else? What else? What else? Okay. Order birth and death certificates, utility bills. The order and birth and death certificates in place like the General Register Office in the UK or the US National Center for Health Statistics. That's a great place. That's a great place. And also, this is a very interesting website because you can take a look at the national overall health on the US. So, what next? Then I also look at the consumer to government, okay, such as online petitions, online donations, payment of fines and fees. So after that, after I know what are the most common type of e-commerce and business, okay, then I do the competitor analysis, okay, to understand who the other players in that industry are, like Alibaba, IKEA, Walmart, Shopify, eBay, as well as the keyword research to understand what's going on in that industry, such as point of sales, Amazon gift card, Kindle, Alexa, website design, the Shopify website design, and also the Alibaba products and express online shopping, Shopify store, Shopify themes, Shopify website, Shopify point of sale, Shopify website design. That actually is very, very oriented to Shopify and how Shopify has Shopify faced 103 lawsuit, 3 takeaways for employee. Okay. Shopify middle crisis. How a surprise pivot away from logistic cap, the e-commerce giant. For Shopify stocks. So the whole point of Shopify is that become this proprietary e-commerce platforms. So he makes things much more easy to do that, to set up. So it allows this trade of good and service much more simple. But of course you have to pay for that. As long as you pay for that, that's right. So this is Shopify, okay? And of course they're using the image of Mr. Beast, because most of the time all of those companies what they're doing is like that, right? Discover why millions of entrepreneurs choose Shopify to build their business. From Hello World to IPO. Enterprise Plus Partner, Developers, Real Store, your way. Sell to every buyer, everywhere. But it comes to customization, things are not that great, you know. But from burning beans in our garage to needing a 10,000 square facility to meet customer demand. BLK and Bowl. They help you need it when you need it. So Shopify, okay. And then, okay, so once you conduct at least this research, okay, to get a sense of what's going on and how to do that, right? Okay. Then I look at the another section from this model on how to create, how to conduct research and gather quality data. So once you conduct the research, now it is time to how to create a visual engaging presentation. The whole point of this is to show the client how you came to that conclusion, and by showing charts and statistics with different aesthetics, you can show them the meaningful pattern, and from there you can see and decide if the client want to work with you based on your research and your presentations, where you're going to outline is the possible roadmap. So on that, right, it's important to, well, before creating your report, so analyze your notes in research, put the most valuable and relevant data first, because you don't want the client to start to forget what the most important thing was. And also is something that you don't want. For example, you sit at the front in the presentations to figuring out that all the good part were or are at the end. Okay, so nobody wants to see that the entire presentations just to get the final page with all the good stuff about it. So put the most valuable data first, and then explain that with different statics and reports. If your client is recurrent, you might want to use some templates and use different charts and statics to do the storytelling of how you came to the conclusion. So different charts that you can use are bar graph, which are great when you want to show change over time. Okay, you want to show change over time, or to compare different categories. Bar chart, pie chart, when you want to see par to a whole comparisons of discrete or continuous data. This is more impactful for small data sets. Okay, line graph, when you want to see time series relationship, such as acceleration, decelerations, trend. Area chart, which is a combo mixed between the line chart but now with volume, where you can represent now 3 variables. Scatter plot, when you want to see correlation of data, such as time to response on the x-axis and customer satisfaction on the g-axis. So you will see most of those data clustered together on the less time the customer service spend to respond, the more overall customer satisfaction you will get from. I also look at bubble chart, which is a combo mix between the scatter plot and area chart, which here you can represent is 3 variables, and they are great for ranking data or nominal data. So for example, age on the y-axis, time to spend on the internet on the x-axis, and the genders, okay, using the bubble. And again, correlation doesn't mean causality, but that's a whole new different video or different explanation here. So I also look at heat maps, which are great to show categorical data and data that can be grouped into class, whether it's nominal or ordinal data. So nominal are data that doesn't have an inherent order, such as color, ethnicity, car, fruit. And ordinal data that has an inherent order, such as job seniority, entry level, junior, mid, senior, C executive, or income brackets, okay, from 0 to 25,000 K, 25K, from 25K to 50K, from 50K to 75K, from 75K to 100 and 100 more. Okay, overall health, poor, poor, fair, good, very good, excellent, product ratings from 1 to 5 star. So with this heat map, okay, it's useful because we can use this categorical data using intensity of color that can be represented in a geomap, okay, or in a table, right? So for example, we can use a geomap to see which states are likely to vote for Democrat, or in the past elections, which states vote the most for Democrats or for Republicans, for example, right? Yeah, for example. So this is heat maps. Also look at geomaps, something that you're gonna use and gonna do that. Where geomaps allow you to see is the location of to display different scattered data on a map. So for example, the number of subsidiaries or retails that a particular brand has over a state or worldwide as well. Tables, when you want to see comparison across different administrating or sales representatives, or where blog views are coming from with tables. Waterfall chart, when you want to see performance over time. In pictograph, when you want to look statistic with icons. So for example, cleanwater.org has these pictograms with 9 tiers layered in a 3x3 matrix, 3x3 matrix, where one tier is in black, in brown color, where the others are in blue, indicate that 1 in 9 people on Earth don't have access to clean water. So that's an example of that. And then I look at the tools and research we can leverage our report, whether it's statistics, Statista for most of our sources, Google Trend as well, Canvas for generating a report, Microsoft Excel, like this, Microsoft Excel, CRM analytics. So the whole point of this report is to make it easy to follow and see how others are formulating data as well. And when it comes to the data visualization, so there are do's and don'ts. So first is make your report, so structure your report, have an organized format, compare with benchmark, and make it easy to follow, make it readable as possible. So don't use outdated data, don't lose your data after you present it, and don't use or forget to use precise numbers. And also some communication tips that will help you to improve when you are presenting your results, when you're presenting your report, such as break down complex topics, make things simple to digest, especially for people that don't hold a background on that. If you're going to explain jargon terminology, make it easy to digest, break it down. make sure that you understand the goal. Very, very important. Make sure that you understand the goal and avoid miscommunication. Also, understand is the communication work and habit of your client. Okay, perhaps the clients like more an email styles, or you want to do some video presentation. So understand that. Okay, and keep track every interaction that you're having or every communication that you're having with your client. Be a team player. Send brief updates. So if you want to have more recurring clients, if you want to build recurring clients, A/B testing allows you to do this. So this is something that I'm going to leave by that. Okay, so that'll be all for this video. And take care. Bye-bye.